A great magician's performance is never just a simple trick. It's more like bringing us an immersive story experience. But while enjoying these amazing magic shows, have you ever wondered about the real secrets behind them? How are those incredible feats like flying, passing through walls, or even teleporting objects actually done? Number 10. The ever-changing balls. Matt Franco stunned the world on America's Got Talent with a magic act full of personal flair. The props for this trick are very simple. Only 3 cups and 3 balls. Yet he magically makes the balls disappear and reappear right before everyone's eyes, even changing their size. So how exactly does Matt do it? Let's reveal the secret right now. The biggest secret of this trick is right when Matt shows that the first cup is empty. That's right, not all the cups are empty from the start. If you watch carefully, at the beginning the 3 cups are stacked together, and he only shows the empty bottom cup to everyone, then quickly places the 2 cups on top onto the table without showing them. By now, you've probably guessed that each of the 2 cups on top is hiding a ball. Later, by constantly swapping the cups, the fast movements make it impossible to tell the order in which the balls appear and disappear. The second secret of this trick is that Matt even makes one ball vanish directly in midair. If we slow it down here, you can see it's just a simple sleight of hand. For example, the ball is actually hidden in his left hand under the table, and combined with the fake gestures, it looks like the ball disappears into thin air. Let's look at another part. When he places his hand behind the table, he actually takes out a new cup and swaps it with one on the table. For instance, in this moment, he removes a cup from the table with his left hand and instantly pulls out another cup, creating the illusion that it's the same cup. Now you know why a giant tennis ball ends up falling out of the cup at the end. That's because he had already swapped all the cups beforehand. Number 9. The Zombie Magic Box. Magic genius Liana brought a Pandora's box to the finals of Asia's Got Talent. After everyone confirmed the box was completely empty with nothing around it, she officially began her magical ritual. A group of zombies seemed to be summoned by some force, one after another being called out from that small box by him. Then he himself jumped into the box, but when the zombies opened the box trying to find him, he suddenly vanished into thin air. Just as everyone was stunned, this disappearing magic genius suddenly appeared behind the judges out of nowhere. It really startled everyone, but how did he do it? The secret lies in the huge wall behind him. You can see that the wall is made up of small square patterns, and the box has a similar pattern. This makes the box blend easily into the background. In fact, one of the small squares on the wall can flip open and close like a flap. You can even see that the flap isn't fully closed in this shot. Before the show started, all the zombies were waiting behind the wall. Then they entered the box one by one through the opening in the wall and appeared before everyone. Also, you'll notice that the passage aligns perfectly with the box. So when viewed from the front of the stage, no one can detect this mechanism at all. You might wonder, if that's true, shouldn't the audience see the zombies' feet? To hide the zombies' feet from the audience, the passage to the box is a narrow wooden plank. Through this secret passage, the zombies sneak across unnoticed. That's how Liana also appeared behind the judges through this passage, successfully scaring everyone. During the whole magic act, you can even see the zombies unlocking the wheels of the box. This shows the box was firmly fixed in place for the bridge setup, and the stage smoke not only enhanced the visual effect, but also hid the shadows of the zombies crossing the bridge. It's truly a brilliantly designed magic trick. Number 8. The Card Shrinking Book. Bainhart performed an amazing trick on Britain's Got Talent. He first took out a deck of cards, then put the top card back into his pocket. The amazing part was how, step by step, he made the card smaller and smaller until it turned into dust and was easily blown away in the air. So how did he shrink the card down to dust? There are 2 secrets. The first is that Bane pretended to take the top card, but he was actually secretly swapping cards from his pocket all along, hiding them in his palm. This laid the foundation for the trick. The second secret is the top club card you see. It's specially altered. Behind it, all the other cards he pulled out were smaller sets, exactly half the size of the club card. Also, the back of this club card hides a half-size club card. That means he only needs to fold the club card to easily create the illusion of a shrinking card. This makes the trick easy to explain. Next, every time he pulls out that normal-sized card, he's actually putting the large card set back into his pocket. Then he pulls out a smaller card set and transfers it to his hand, and then he shows it to everyone. This is how he finally turns the card into dust. Number 7. The Live Bird Transformation. In this act, you see the magician use a cloth to color a bird in a picture frame. In the end, he even turns the bird in the frame into a real, living bird. At the end of the performance, he magically makes all the birds vanish instantly. How did he do it? The secret is in that picture frame device. The special frame is equipped with springs, and half of the area inside the frame is actually a hinged panel. With the springs, the panel can open and close very quickly. When the magician moves the cloth close to the frame, the panel flips open swiftly. At the same time, the white cloth is pulled into the magician's sleeve with a rubber band. After the sequence, it looks like the cloth is coloring the bird. There's another secret to the frame. The back of the frame is elastic. This gives enough room for a bird to fit inside. So with the clever use of the hinged panel, the bird is released. So how did he make all the birds in the cage vanish at the end? That seemingly ordinary cage actually hides a big secret. Under the cage, there's a separate flipping mechanism. When triggered, the birds are flipped into a compartment, making them disappear from the audience's view. Number 6. The wall penetration secret. Harry Houdini is a name everyone knows in the magic world. He's a world-famous escape artist, especially known for his incredible rope escapes. But today, we want to reveal the secret behind his 1914 wall penetration trick in New York. This was a long-guarded secret trick, performed by Houdini only on very rare occasions. In this trick, Houdini built a solid brick wall in the center of the stage that was thoroughly tested by the audience. After the audience inspected the wall, Houdini's assistants placed screens on both sides of it. The audience watched as Houdini walked behind one screen, passed through the wall, then raised his hand loudly behind the other screen, shouting, "I'm here." His assistants quickly moved the screen aside, and Houdini appeared on the other side of the wall. Did Houdini really walk through the wall? Here's the secret. Houdini did walk behind one screen. But what rose on the other side of the wall was actually a fake hand. When the fake hand was raised, because Houdini shouted, "I'm here, I'm here," the illusion made it seem like he had already crossed to the other side. But in reality, he was still in his original spot, quickly disguising himself as the assistant. So, he swaggered right under the audience's noses and slipped behind the screen on the other side. There, he took off the disguise and returned to his original look. At that moment, when the screen was opened, Houdini himself naturally appeared before the audience. For the 5th trick, the bill teleportation, besides being a YouTube creator, Klinsky is also an excellent magician. On the stage of America's Got Talent, he performed an amazing bill teleportation act. In this performance, he borrowed a $1 bill from a judge, had the judge read out the serial number printed on it, and write it on a board. Then, you watch him seemingly burn that bill. But miraculously, the bill transfers into a bag of chips. When he pulls the $1 bill out of the chips, its serial number perfectly matches the one on the board. The question is, how did Klinsky teleport that $1 bill? The secret this time lies in the bill's serial number. As everyone knows, each new bundle of bills is numbered sequentially, and usually only the last few digits differ within the same bundle. So before the trick, Klinsky took 2 bills from the same bundle. The last 3 digits on the 2 bills he took were 432 and 482 respectively. At this point, he just needed to sand down the 8 on the second bill to a 3, giving him 2 bills with identical serial numbers. What followed was simple. He put one bill inside the chip bag and sealed it with double-sided tape, while hiding the other bill in his pocket. During the trick, when he pretended to borrow the bill, he actually used a quick sleight of hand to swap the borrowed bill with the one he had prepared before the show. That's why he waited until later to have the serial number read aloud. From there, everything that followed made perfect sense. He could burn the $1 bill without worry, then pull out another one with the exact same serial number from the chip bag. It was a perfect sleight of hand. For the 4th trick, tic-tac-toe. John Brinberg is also a magician who appeared on America's Got Talent. He brought everyone a magical game of tic-tac-toe. He brought a box filled with thousands of slips of paper, each one written on by audience members with different colored pens, listing a trait they believed was most essential for success. Then John asked 3 judges on site to randomly draw 1 slip each from the box. After that, he played tic-tac-toe on stage with the 4th judge. The game ended in a draw. Then something amazing happened. He asked the 3 judges to reveal the slips they had drawn to the audience. At the same time, he flipped over the tic-tac-toe board on stage. To everyone's shock, the flipped image perfectly matched the colors and words on the slips randomly drawn by the 3 judges. How did John pull this off? The trick has 2 parts, the judges drawing slips and the tic-tac-toe game on stage. First, the design of the box is key. The inside of the box is actually divided into 4 triangular compartments. You'll notice that when the judges draw slips, John holds the box quite high, so they can only reach the section closest to them. What seems like a random draw is actually controlled by John to pick slips from preset compartments, while only the fourth compartment holds a mix of all the different colored words, which John can later show the audience to prove he's not cheating. At this point, the trick is already halfway done. In the following tic-tac-toe game, John just needs to rearrange the predetermined words into the game grid. As everyone knows, once the first move is made in tic-tac-toe, the game can perfectly end in a draw, which includes 5 circles and 4 crosses, with 2 crosses always adjacent and the other 2 crosses positioned at the left and right ends. In other words, as long as John remembers the images behind all the characters, arranging the correct words according to this pattern is inevitable. These 2 seemingly random events are actually bound to happen. Third place, the floating cup trick. Japanese magician Toba performed this trick on Britain's Got Talent. He casually poured a drink from a bottle into a cup, but to everyone's amazement, when he suddenly let go of the cup, it mysteriously floated in midair. How did he do it? The key to this trick is a thin, transparent metal wire, so fine that at certain distances it's invisible to the naked eye. This fine wire was tied between the bottle and the cup. The wire setup is clever. One end has a small metal weight, and the other end a hook. Near the metal weight, there's also a small clip on the wire. As for the glass cup, it's a specially made cup. There's actually a transparent wire running through the middle of the cup. During the performance, the weighted end of the wire goes into the bottle. The clip gets stuck at the bottle's neck, and the hooked end attaches to the neck of the cup, allowing the cup to be lifted easily. In this shot, you can even see the hidden wire near the bottle's opening. Finally, he unties the wire and sets the cup back down, completing the magical floating cup trick. Second place, the Ghost Girl. Josephine is a magician from Britain's Got Talent. Among all his acts, the Ghost Girl trick is the most eye-catching. In this performance, we only see Josephine's lower half moving normally, while the upper half completely disappears, just like a ghost girl. How did Josephine do it? The secret lies in his costume and the table in front of him. One of Josephine's assistants actually hides his entire upper body inside the table. He stays bent over, coordinating with Josephine to perform various movements. Besides the table, the assistant's costume is also key. You can see his waist costume is exaggerated and 3-dimensional, perfectly hiding his bent body, making him look like a ghost without an upper half. First place, Rio Flyer. When Dynamo decided to perform this trick, all of Rio was buzzing. In this trick, you see Dynamo levitating in front of the statue of Christ the Redeemer. It wasn't even on a stage. There were crowds all around during the performance, making the use of doubles, wires, or similar methods highly unlikely. So how did Dynamo pull off this act? Dynamo's flying levitation uses the physics principle of magnetic levitation. The maglev trains we ride every day use the same principle. Most of us are familiar with how electromagnets work. By increasing the number of coil turns or the current through the coil, the strength of the electromagnet increases. Based on this, Dynamo's team set up a magnetic field on the plaza ground. When the trick starts, he just wears a pair of shoes that match the magnetic field. According to the principle that like magnetic poles repel, the magnetic field exerts an upward force on him. His team gradually increases the electric current, strengthening the magnetic field, which increases the repelling force, creating the illusion that Dynamo is floating in midair. Sure enough, mastering math and science lets you conquer the world. Alright, that's all for this episode. Which of these 10 incredible magic tricks revealed today impressed you the most? Feel free to tell us in the comments. If you like this video, don't forget to like, subscribe and share to support me to create more interesting content. Thank you for your support.